so ready for a wild ride with this deep dive. We're really digging into Seeds this time. This indie film, set to drop October 25th, is mixing things up big time. Think thriller, comedy, and horror all rolled into one. Not your typical Hollywood flick, that's for sure.
And that's what makes it so captivating, right? This blend of genres, the fresh perspective plus Seeds, is rocking a predominantly indigenous cast, which is already getting people talking.
Totally. Seeds is more than just a movie, it's making a statement. To really get into it, we've got a bunch of sources. Info from the movie database, some early reviews, and to top it off, an amazing interview with Connie Teo Horn herself. She wrote, directed, and stars in the film. What can't she do?
Connie Teo's vision is really at the heart of it all, you know? She's a huge advocate for Indigenous representation, and this film feels like that passion brought to life.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay.
For those who haven't heard the buzz, what's Seeds all about?
All right, imagine this. You're Ziggy, a Conococheague Mohawk woman in her 30s. You're killing it as a social media influencer in Toronto, but you're also deeply rooted in your heritage back on the reservation. Now, you go home to house sit, and that's when things go sideways, like way sideways. Someone steals some heirloom seeds, but these aren't your grandma's gardening stash, you know?
Okay, you've got my attention. These seeds are obviously more than meets the eye.
Definitely. These seeds are like a direct link to Ziggy's family legacy, to the heritage of her entire community. Generations of history, knowledge, tradition, it's all woven into those stolen seeds.
Wow, that totally changes the game. It's not just about what's been taken, but what it means, right? What I'm really drawn to is how the film flips the script on the usual lost heritage story. Ziggy's a social media influencer grappling with these bigger issues. What do you make of that?
It's brilliant. Connie Teo really knows what she's doing. You've got this character, she's navigating the modern world, chasing followers and likes and all that, but there's something pulling her back, something ancestral. That tension between who she is and who the world wants her to be, that's what makes Ziggy so relatable. I think a lot of us feel that pull in today's world, right?
For sure. It's almost like those seeds, they represent something deeper within Ziggy herself, a part of her identity she needs to reclaim. And you mentioned how Seeds blends genres. How does comedy even fit into this suspenseful, culturally charged story?
That's the beauty of it. Seeds doesn't shy away from the humor we find in everyday life, even when things are intense. Think quick wit, those ironic situations, the kind of humor that sneaks up on you. It makes the story feel authentic, relatable.
I can only imagine, given the circumstances, there's got to be some dark humor in there.
Yeah. You're on the right track. We don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say the filmmakers definitely find humor in the most unexpected places. It's that clever mix of genres that makes Seeds so unique and relatable, right? Life's not just one thing after another. We experience it all at the same time.
So true. Okay, we've covered the plot, the creative minds behind it, so let's talk about this cast. Connie Teo Horn as Ziggy. She's been on the scene for a while, though, right?
Oh, yeah, she's a force. Connie Teo has been very vocal about the need for more Indigenous representation, and her acting, well, she's got the awards to prove it. This isn't just art reflecting life, it's about using her voice to lift up other Indigenous stories.
That's amazing. Now, anyone else we might recognize in the cast?
For sure. We've got Dallas Goldtooth. He's got that wit, that comedic timing, you know?
Oh, yeah. I loved him in
Right. And Graham Greene is in this, too. He always brings such a powerful presence to the screen.
Wait, Graham Greene, like the...
The one and only. We don't know much about his character yet, but with him, you know it's going to be good.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Who else rounds out this all-star cast?
Well, we've got Migwan Fairbrother, super talented Indigenous actor, known for playing all sorts of roles. They've put together a really strong group for this one.
So we've got this incredible mix of genres, amazing talent, and a story that feels both timeless and relevant right now. What's the lasting impact? What will stay with viewers after the credits roll?
You know, that's a really important question. With Seeds, it's not just about entertainment, it's about sparking conversation. It gets us thinking about what Indigenous communities go through, the struggles they face, protecting their land and their traditions, and just how resilient they are.
It's about understanding, opening our minds to experiences that might be different from our own.
Exactly. We're all connected, and things like preserving culture, taking care of the environment, those issues impact all of us.
So it's a call to action, not just a movie.
In a way, yeah. It's about educating ourselves, truly listening to Indigenous voices and supporting their fight for justice, for recognition.
It sounds like Seeds tackles some heavy themes. We can't forget the entertainment part, though. People want to have fun, too.
Oh, absolutely. And Seeds delivers that. Remember the whole genre bending thing? That's where the fun comes in. Picture this. Edge of your seat, heart racing from a suspenseful moment, and boom, a perfectly timed joke hits you out of nowhere. You're laughing, but you're still kind of scared. It's that constant back and forth keeps you hooked.
It's true, we can't let it be all serious. We need some lighthearted moments, especially with such a powerful story.
Uh,
And speaking of powerful, the setting seems like more than just a background in Seeds, right? We've got Ziggy living her life between Toronto and the reservation.
mm.
So how do those different environments add to the story?
You picked up on that. Nice. The contrast between those two places, Toronto and the reservation, it's huge. You've got this bustling city, all lights and social media craze, and then you've got the reservation, a place grounded in tradition, community. What do you think? How do the filmmakers use those settings to show us what's going on inside Ziggy?
It's like those two worlds are pulling her in different directions, showing us the different sides of who she is. Toronto, that's the modern world, all about influence and needing validation, and the reservation, that's her heritage, the feeling of belonging, of family.
Exactly. And I think we'll see that play out visually through how they film it, the music, even the pace of the scenes. It's like Ziggy's trying to find a way to bring those two worlds together, find that balance.
Makes you wonder, is she gonna have to pick one in the end? Or can she stay true to both parts of herself? This film just keeps getting more and more interesting. And the title Seeds, it's so simple, but there's so much there. What are your thoughts on it?
It's brilliant how simple it is. On the surface, it's about those stolen heirloom seeds, right? But it goes deeper than that. I mean, what do seeds represent? Potential, growth, something passed down through generations?
It's like those seeds are carrying the hopes of Ziggy's ancestors, their connection to the land, how they've overcome so much.
You got it. It makes you think, what's Ziggy going to plant for her own future? Will she let those seeds from her past take root? Or will she get pulled in by that modern world?
Those are big questions, ones that we all think about in some way, no matter who we are. And that's what makes a film really great, when it makes you think about those bigger things, things that stay with you even after it's over. So before we wrap things up with Seeds, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation?
If there's just one thing, it's that Seeds is more than just a movie. It's a call to action. It's about opening ourselves up to Indigenous stories and remembering that everyone deserves to be seen, to be heard. This film has the power to really change how people see things, and I can't wait to see how it impacts the world.
I'm right there with you. Seeds comes out October 25th, and I hope everyone listening will give it a watch. You might just find yourselves planting a few seeds of your own.